Hello everyone, my name's Ryan and I'd like to share with you some tips for really what you need to be thinking about legally when starting your business. So first up is looking at how the business is actually going to make money, so who you're going to be dealing with customer-wise, and making sure that you have a sensible contract in place that is going to be great really for your customers to read and really thoroughly understand exactly what it is that you're going to be providing to them. So it's in plain English preferably, and it will manage expectations, it will make it very clear what you are going to provide and what you're not going to do, any particular limitations, most importantly how you're going to be paid and what happens if you're not paid or if there's a delay. Looking at if things go wrong, if one of you wants to exit the agreement, there's a whole host of things really that a good contract will help you with. So that's the first tip when it comes to dealing with your customers. Next tip is making sure that anyone that's going to be helping you with the business, whether that's a contractor or a consultant or an employee that you're taking on, making sure that you've got the right agreement in place with them as well. For employees, they have a statutory right to have their terms of employment within 8 weeks once they've started, so you've got no choice there. With contractors, it's not a statutory right that they have a contract in place necessarily, depending on their status, but what we always recommend is making sure that you've got a good agreement in place with that contractor, which again manages what they're going to be doing for you, sets the expectations nice and clear, how you're going to pay them, what happens if something goes wrong when they're working with you on a project. All of that can be covered in a well-drafted agreement. Next tip will be going careful with your suppliers. So whilst it's going to be great dealing with new business partners, new suppliers and rather exciting, just making sure that you are looking at the contract, making sure that there aren't any hidden terms in there, particularly when it comes to auto-renewal clauses, and also looking at the term of the agreement and cancellation. Key things really to look out for. That's obviously just a few examples. Final key tip really is intellectual property. In the current day and age, IP is a massive area, so really having a good understanding of what intellectual property looks like in your business, whether you're going to be creating it or certainly using somebody else's intellectual property, having a good understanding of how that all works, how ownership is dealt with, and whether you need to obtain a license to use it or whether you actually need to grant a license because somebody else is going to use your intellectual property. So having a good grasp of that will be important. So I hope obviously all of this has been helpful. Any questions, please let us know. We enjoy working with startups, so always happy to hear from you. Thanks for listening.